All right, we're here with Taka Aono, the lone Corolla up until this year when we have our rookie, Luke Pakula, coming in. But, you're one of the few guys, there's only 5 of them now that have been to every Formula D event. Is there anything that you get excited for after being around for so long?
This is the 10th year, so that's good things to call anniversary, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But this year, I want to go all out. Pretty much last year we tried, but we had so much issues, like a mechanical things. So we tried to sort it out with a new engine builder, Techno Square, and we're gonna carry a spare engine, so I don't have to wrench it too much at the racetrack. And yeah, excited with a new tire sponsor, with a Hankook tire. I've never been, I haven't driven those tires yet, so I don't know what to expect. But yeah, I'm excited.
I think your car is probably one of, if not the lightest car on the grid. So when it comes to tire to weight ratio, that rule really affects you more than others. Do you think that it's something that needs to be refined more, or do you think that the size is good for where you're at with your car specifically?
My car is in borderline. It car looks kind of light, but actually it's heavy. With me in it, I think it's gonna be over 2,400.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'm fat, but yeah. So last year when Formula D changed the tire size, it makes more sense last year than previous year or year before.
Yeah.
So it's getting better direction, and I think we have to collect all the data. Then we find out, finally we can find out the right weight and tire things, and hopefully we can do something about the power things. That's crazy.
Well, you mentioned a new engine builder, but this motor is the same engine. It's the 2AZ, right? Yeah. So that came out of a Scion originally, and it's something that's kind of been refined over the years to what it is. But not a lot of people realize that this engine isn't the one that came with the Corolla. It's not a 4AG. Talk about the differences between going the 2AZ route as opposed to the 4AG.
Okay, so originally I was running 4AG, original A86 engine till 2011.
Okay.
And biggest issue we have is we have to catch up with the people on the straightaway. And a lot of the higher horsepower car can actually stall in the middle of the turn and get out with the drifting. But the 4AG being like a 1.6 liter, even like we are pushing like a 450 horsepower with the turbo, we couldn't get the torque we want. The best torque we got was at about 260 foot-pound torque. And if you are running a 15-inch tires, it's good. 16s maybe. But when we start driving 17s on the back, we couldn't get any wheel speed we want at the lower speed. And I have to keep it above 6,000 all the time. So I'm downshifting, upshifting, quicking clutch, slipping clutch. And we are looking for some solution. And originally we are looking into the V6 engine, but that requires a lot of R&D. And one time I stopped by at RSR. Back then, Mr. Kengushi was driving the car, Scion TC. Right now, last year, Tony Angelo drove it, and they show me the engine setup, and they show me the power graph, and I was amazed how much torque it's making. And goal was 3,000 RPM, 300 foot-pound torque. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And 2AZ does that.
Wow.
So that's why we went to 2AZ. And the help of the Brian Crower, we went to Stroker Kit. And RSR and the Brian Crower gave me exactly like same setup, the data from RSR was building. And that's what we started driving last year.
And one of the important elements of that too is the Garrett turbo. Garrett has been stepping it up a lot more with drifting. What size turbo are you running in this car, and how did you find that was the best turbo for you?
Yes, originally, like when I heard the news about GTX turbo came out, I bought the turbo size personally.
Yeah.
and that was a GTX 3076 that I bought it, and we had an issue at the engine dyno. The like it's our mistake that we didn't check the we are clocking turbo. We forgot to tighten it, so we pretty much killed it. The turbo, brand new turbo, and that's when I begged Yukio, who is the marketing manager of the Garrett Turbo, and he said like I might need help from actual engineer to find the right size turbo, and he put me in the team, and I was lucky enough to had a chance to talk to engineer people. They provide me, those the turbo and the exhaust housing selection, and we came out with a GTX 3576. And last year we were pushing only 1.2 bar and making about 560 horsepower to the wheel. And this year, I think, because of I don't know, some people 1,200, 1,300 horsepower, I think we're gonna boost up more, because that's what was a request from the Garrett people too. The turbo wasn't in the efficiency area yet. So I think this year the Garrett turbo gonna scream on this car.
And a lot of people are really excited to see one of the only Corollas around. And, again, you've been one of only 5 people now who have been running every event since 2004. 2013, what's the best way to keep up with Taka Aono?
Just be careful with the pink wheel. I mean, coming hot. Yeah. And this year we have a few Corollas. I think Long Beach we might see 4 or 5 Corollas. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
We should take picture of them together. So it never happened before, except 2004. So I'm happy. Yeah.
You ready to get a Corolla back on the podium for the first time since 2004?
That's my plan. Yeah. So.
Big plans from Taka Aono. Stay tuned. We'll see if he can make it through.